Let's face it, you aren't going to get rich buying Bitcoin anymore. That opportunity has long sailed away. That's a big boys game for people who have truckloads of money, millionaires and billionaires. And the reality is you won't also get rich investing in major market cap altcoins like Ethereum, XRP, BNB, Solana, and Doge. Now, the reason for this is because there is something called the law of diminishing returns, which is at work in all major market cap cryptos. In layman's terms, the larger a crypto is by market cap or the total amount of money in it, the harder for it to move to the upside. Why? Because it requires so much more money. In other words, if you look at the all-time high on Bitcoin back in June of 2011, you can see from the previous all-time high to the new all-time high, we saw a 5,200% gain. Then when you hit that all-time high in November of 2013, from that all-time high to the next all-time high, we saw about an 1,800% gain. Notice the differential between the previous move to the next major all-time high move. Yet again, from $20,000 all the way up to about $69,000, we only saw a 245% gain. In other words, Bitcoin paints the perfect example of diminishing returns as a market grows. But you aren't here for some mainstream altcoin pick list full of tokens and even memes everyone has already heard about, right? You're after those quick bucks, that meme coin millionaire money, that fabled 100x moonshot. Well, my friend, in this video, I'll be sharing with you my top 5 meme coins to hold through 2025 if you want to make some crazy gains and invest for insane multiples. The meme coins I'm going to cover in this video have the potential to make you a millionaire with a very small amount of money that would make any TradFi investor absolutely jealous. And trust me, you haven't heard of most of these meme coins. Now, really quickly, before I dive into this video, just as a quick disclaimer, nothing I share is intended to be financial advice. This is for educational and informational purposes only. These are my opinions. In other words, investing in crypto is risky, and investing in memes is even more risky. So risky, in fact, that only about 1.2% of meme coins on average graduate to a $69,000 market cap on Pump.fun, which is a major meme coin platform. And daily, there are an average of 25 to 35,000 meme coins launched. Now, out of just the 21,800 meme coins that were launched yesterday or today, only about one of them actually hit a $1 to $10 million market cap. In other words, just picking random meme coins doesn't actually work. Otherwise, everyone would be rich. You would have better odds dating someone like Dua Lipa or winning the lotto. So then how do I pick these memes? What criteria do I use when hunting for memes? Well, I've mentioned this in a previous video, but if you're new here or didn't watch that video, the first thing I look for is a strong narrative. Like right now, you'll see that AI meme coins are doing really well. In the past, they were dog tokens or even animal coins. But a narrative does matter. The next thing I look for is a strong social presence. You'll either want to see that this meme coin has an X account or a Telegram account, and you want to see them active on their socials and even people in there consistently chatting in the Telegram, Discord, or on their X profile. Then one of the final things that I look for is decent chart history, something that's proven not to rug, something that's trending well and has already put in something like a previous all-time high, then dumped really hard, whether it was 80 to 95% down, then rallied back to its previous all-time high like Doge did, which indicates that there is currently demand for the token and that maybe even the devs rug pulled already or are out of the token. So this right here would be a perfect example of the fact that this token can pump really hard, it can dump really hard, it can rally hard, it's got a decent chart history. And the reality is, if it doesn't have a decent chart history, is it currently in the other two categories? Does it have a strong social presence? And does it currently have a very strong narrative? And if the answer is yes and it's trending well already, chances are you might find a winner. Oh, and also as a final word, sometimes I like them to be a bit under the radar, something that's still not talked about that much, something that you can have a position in before everyone starts sharing it, and then it's maybe listed on a major exchange like Binance or Coinbase. But for example, if you just scroll down this meme list, you can see that there are loads of names that you have never heard about before. And the reality is most of these won't do that well, but some of them do, and those are the ones that we're after. Now, before we start the video, I'll be sharing each meme and its potential to either 5x, 20x, 50x, or even 100x your money. And by the way, these will be in no particular order. I'll just share with you where you can buy them and my potential multiple. And the reason I'm not sharing exact numbers or price targets is because it's virtually impossible, especially to do with memes when they can rally sometimes even 1000x. So without further ado, if you're feeling blessed and bullish, comment 777. And if you're going to be the wealthiest person in your family tree, smash the subscribe button. Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Paul and you can find me on Twitter or X at PauliDeFi, PauliDeFi. Now, I'm going to jump right into these, and in no particular order. I am obviously going to save those major 50 to 100x cryptos for the end of this video. However, I'm going to start with one that I'm really liking and getting a good feeling about, considering it's small. However, it's also not so large that you can't at least 10x your money on this one. And that would be none other than Griffain. Griffain is an AI agent. According to its website, I coordinate a network of AI agents that help you take action on chain. In other words, a lot of AI is simply a sequence of data sets that give you an answer that you're looking for, whether it's to chat or to learn something new. However, this one actually takes action on chain. You can create your wallet, and then what it'll do is give you all sorts of actions on chain for crypto, and specifically in DeFi. For example, you can swap SOL for a token output. You can swap the input token for SOL. You can fetch NFTs in a collection for a specific owner address. In other words, if someone owns NFTs and you want to know what NFTs they own, you can find out using this AI agent. You can fetch LAMP ports for a given address, tweets by usernames, tokens by owners. You can even post a tweet or images. And owning their token gives you access to create AI agents and access Griffain's network of special agents. Now, the reality is this thing is currently sitting at a $386 million market cap. You have the total supply looking like the circulating supply, which means there are no more tokens being held in private wallets. It's all out in the market, which is a good indicator. But the reality is something at $386 million likely can only 10x, maybe 20 to 15x, but that would be a $7.8 billion market cap at 20x, and it's very rare that you see any cryptos, especially memes, hit that type of a market cap. But this one is special because now it is officially launched and listed on major US and offshore exchanges. More specifically, the majority of the volume is on Radium, which is a DeFi exchange. So if you're looking to get this one, you'd have to do it on something like Radium or Jupe.ag. And the majority of these you can actually find on Jupe.ag right here, JUP.ag. You connect a DeFi wallet, and then you can place trades like this right here. You can buy or sell using USDC or Solana, but you got to make sure that you get the proper contract address, and the best way to do that would be on something like CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. Look up the ticker Griffain, and you can go ahead and do that. I think what I love most about this token is that not only has it performed really well, but it's also taking advantage of that AI narrative, and it seems to do really, really well right now. And I believe it's something that'll continue to do well through 2025. This is just one of the major players that is consistently performing, and we can see that in the price. So right here, I have the price action on Griffain, and as you can see, since its launch, it's up tremendously. However, when I see a chart like this, I am a bit cautious about entering near all-time highs. But as you can see from a daily time frame, we are above that 10 and 20 EMA. So for example, right here, the orange line indicates the 20 EMA, the blue line indicates the 10 EMA. These are essentially moving averages that calculate the last 10 candlesticks or bars and then print an average price through that time frame. So in other words, the latest one is an average of the last 10 bars. This latest orange orange line is an average of the last 20 bars. As you can see here, the 20 EMA seems to be a really strong support, and whenever we have a situation where the 10 EMA is above the 20 EMA and then you're being supported at that 20 EMA, chances are you're going to continue to rally. Again, in a very strong narrative such as this is a very good sign, especially when you have this much buy volume on a candlestick like this after a long, strong range. So I do expect this to continue to rally, potentially upwards and onwards to at least 10x, if not 15x by the end of the bull run. That said, I am relatively cautious adding to positions here. If we do break down, I would like to see a breakdown below this range right here at about 14 cents, which is quite a ways down from the current price action and price at 38 cents. However, I've seen this happen many times before, especially on meme coins, even if they have some level of utility like AI. That said, I've seen it happen where, you break out, break right back down below this local low, only to see the market rally from there. So it's very important that you pay attention, and any breakdown below this orange line right here, or the 20 EMA at about 35 cents, I would just act cautiously on. As you can see here on a daily time frame, we've never actually broke down below there on a daily time frame. So it'd be really important that you watch that closely. A breakdown below here might take us to about 14, 13 cents, and right around here is where I'd really add to my positions into the new year. Now for pick number 2, and something that I expect to at least 10 to even 25x. This is no small crypto by any means, currently sitting at a fully diluted market value or a market cap of about $1.6 billion. However, I believe Floki is in a league of its own, currently sitting at a 66 by market cap, and something that I am currently holding through 2025. Now, the reality is Floki just flipped WIF, which was a huge player through this last year, to become the 6th biggest meme coin, trailing only legends like Pepe and Bonk, and just in time for the Floki ETP launch later this quarter. Now, directly from an AMA between people on X and the team, people had questions surrounding their ETP, or an exchange traded product. And the reality is this is true. A project like this is perceived as more mature and stable relative to the majority of meme coins. However, it's still really small when you compare it to something like Doge. Basically, there would be just 2 meme coins with an ETP. In other words, not even SHIB, which is the second largest, has an ETP, and the only 2 that actually do is Dogecoin and now Floki, and Floki is so much smaller in terms of market cap. However, this will legitimately take something like this token and put it in the likes of Dogecoin. There are some massive institutional players and funds that can only buy a regulated asset via an ETP or an ETF. In other words, when they buy Doge, they might just add something like Floki to their portfolio because they want to get a bit more access to memes, considering memes are the future and another asset class in its own league among the youth. So really what they're doing is investing in the youth and the future of meme coins with crypto. Floki would be directly available for $100+ trillion in terms of pensions, retirement accounts, 401ks, anyone who has to go to a fund manager to get access to crypto. In other words, this is truly significant. And unlike most meme coins, they have more utility and things they've actually been working on than virtually anyone else. And I actually mean that. For example, they have an entire ecosystem of all sorts of things like staking, Flokify, NFTs, debit cards, a university, a trading bot, a name service. But the 2 I'm going to cover are TokenFi and Valhalla. Now, Valhalla is their play to earn experience. They currently are sitting on a $50 million treasury that they are going to add to this game. So when you play it, not only can you earn the Floki token, but you'll also use the Floki token inside of that ecosystem. And so this should create demand. So whether or not you're actually a gamer doesn't really matter. If you invest in a token like this, there will be demand behind it, considering there are a lot of gamers. And we're talking now hundreds of millions and billions of people that play video games and would be incentivized to play this video game, considering it's an open world multiplayer game and you can watch it right here, or you can actually go to valhalla.game. Then we're also talking about their TokenFi platform, which gives users all they need to create a token or tokenize real world assets in a simple all-in-one platform without writing a line of code. So you think about all of these major companies that are going to come in and try to eat up this world of real world assets. In other words, they're going to reach out to all sorts of companies and then sell their product or service to tokenize their assets, considering someone like Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, who has $10 trillion of assets under management, believes asset tokenization is the future. Well, guess what? I believe it is too. And you're going to have a lot of vultures when the reality is you have someone like Floki literally building out a bot like this, or I should say a software that allows anyone to come in and tokenize an asset. As they even mentioned in their AMA, TokenFi is different because they've always said from the get-go is aim is to completely simplify the process of tokenization, whereas a lot of companies and vultures will try to complicate it and then sell their services for insane amounts of fees. However, here, someone could just enter, and then if you're a part of the masses or the average person, you can create a real world asset and tokenize it because they're going to make it easy to tokenize almost anything in just a few clicks. So think about all of the value that's being created inside of this Floki ecosystem. And that's not all. They also take a lot of their funds and then even advertise the Floki token. So as they continue to do this, more and more holders and people will enter the space. Currently, there are almost 500,000 people inside of their community, and it will continue to grow. Floki partners with Kings World Cup nations to reach another 600 million video views. That is insane. So when you look at the actual market cap of Floki sitting at $1.6 billion, and then only 2 cryptos or meme coins would actually have an ETP, this one and Dogecoin currently sitting at 50 billion by market cap, you could reasonably assume that Floki is going to continue to fly. My low projection would be 10x from here, and my higher projection, or my bull case scenario, would be sitting at about $50 billion for the Floki token. Now, this is a chart that we've been covering in a few different videos. However, when you actually look at the price action in the chart on something like Floki from a weekly time frame, we're talking this thing has real history, has a strong community, a strong team, and even stronger price action. So for example, you can see the all-time highs came in right around here at 0.00034 back in 2021 and yet again in June of 2024. So this thing's got a lot of history. Obviously, it's not going to rug with all of the utility. And so that's really what I'm focused on. But more importantly, this massive cup and handle, which has failed to fully see its potential. However, when we break back into this 0.0003 range, I think this thing is going to fly, considering from its local lows down here all the way back in August of 2022 to its previous all-time high, we saw a 4,600% gain. And I think not only will we outperform that this bull market cycle, considering it is one of the strongest memes, but it's also going to be available for a lot of institutional investors through that ETP alongside all of its utility that they see is involved inside of that ecosystem and creates real value. Very few meme coins can tout that type of strength. And so that said, we have a massive cup and handle, as this would be our cup, this would be our handle, and anything in this range right here down to 0.00012-ish range is my buy zone. This is my accumulation zone, and we've been hanging out here for a long period of time since its local highs back here in March of this year. A break above here is going to be tremendous, especially when you look at that VRVP or the volume traded in this range. You can see we have a crazy amount of support and volume traded now between here. So that said, anything in this range is a good buy to me, and I will be accumulating it back up to that 0.0003 range. And by the way, when I'm positioned there and this thing does eventually break out, I think we're all going to be very happy with that position. Now, that said, if you're looking to get involved in this ecosystem and actually earn a bit of cheddar, Floki also has something called a Floki trading bot, which is really just a Telegram bot that allows you to create a DeFi wallet inside of Telegram and then invest in these things once you fund it. That said, they're currently running a trading competition for Monkey, which is a meme coin, I believe, and they're currently giving away $180,000 worth of prizes if you trade between January 9th and January 22nd. So I believe this is a great way to not only take advantage of the trading bot, but I'll even leave a description, or excuse me, a link to the trading bot down in the description or the bio below. And the more that you trade, the more that you're likely to earn, considering it is a pretty massive prize pool. And so if you want any more details on that trading bot, just go to Floki.com. You can scroll over to the right and you'll see this link for the Floki trading bot. You can click more, or you can just get access to it down below in the bio. Now, really quickly before I share those last 3 memes, and we will fly through them, if you haven't already and you want to become a crypto millionaire in 2025 and get access to all sorts of altcoins and meme coin picks from our team of professionals before we share them on the channel. Matter of fact, a lot of these we don't even share on the channel because we simply cannot get to them. And also we want to make sure that we're providing all this value for our paid members. Currently we're sitting on almost 1,200 members inside of Altcoin Pro University. And if you get access to Altcoin Pro University through the link down in the description below, bullrunners.com, you should see a page like this for Altcoin Pro. And by the way, you have 14 days and 14 hours left, at least at the time that I'm recording this, to attend our upcoming event in January 26th through the 28th. Here's a video from our very own Nick Anderson on the channel explaining what you'll be getting access to and how you can attend this event on January 6th, 26th through the 28th of this month. And you can only do that if you are one of our Altcoin Pro members. So if you want to meet the team and you want to learn more, go ahead and head on over to the link in the description below to check it out, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, folks, before this video gets terribly long, I'm going to fly through the next 3. These are some plays that I have high conviction in and will at least 20 to 100x in my opinion. Now, that is not a guarantee. I'm not in charge of all of these hundreds of millions of dollars. However, the next pick is Sigma. Now, Sigma is a meme that's based off the American Psycho movie. As you can see here is Christian Bale, and that's the meme. A lot of kids these days use the Sigma term as someone that is very self-reliant, kind of like an alpha except higher. Or for example, a popular, successful, but highly independent and self-reliant person, typically a male, one step above an alpha male. Unlike the simps of Twitch, David was a Sigma. And on their website, you can see that they really platform Christian Bale from the American Psycho movie. Now, that said, it is a step, or I would say side by side with something like Giga. Now, Giga has a $700 million market cap, and it has proven itself. As you would know, the Giga Chad meme is very well known, and I believe that's why the token has done very well, up to a $700 million market cap. Now, Sigma is very similar, and I believe has legs, considering this Chad will likely go to a $2 billion market cap by the end of the bull run. In terms of your multiples, it's not that much higher from here. However, Sigma is sitting at a $54 million market cap, and I believe could do at least half of a $2 billion market cap. That would put it at around a 20x from here. Now, when we take a look at the price action, this is another one of those really strong performers. So as you can see here, we had a previous all-time high right here at the 0.027 range, to which we recently touched. Now, what I love about this price action right now is that we also had a local low right here at the 0.038 range. And as you can see, we had a bear trap or a breakdown right below the range, a support at the previous all-time high, and now we are starting to rally yet again. So this meme coin does look like it has more relative strength to the rest of the market. And more specifically, when I take that VRVP into this range, we are currently at the majorly traded support range, as you can see. So a break above this local high right here at 0.08 should take us to new all-time highs. And when we start to hit those new all-time highs, things are going to get really exciting. Now, if I were to take a trend line and draw it from the local top to present day high, anything above this wedge or descending triangle should again take us to some new all-time highs. I would like to see volume also increase into the breakout. So as long as volume is increasing into the breakout, things are looking pretty good. But generally speaking, it's very hard to do technical analysis on meme coins, considering it is a completely different market and there is less liquidity, which I'm not going to explain here, which means ultimately you need to buy into the meme and have some conviction. And I believe I do, considering it is very similar to Chad. Chad is currently very successful, and I would say this is our runner up. And yes, it's a meme that is very well known. Christian Bale, again, this is the meme. I think it's going to do pretty well. Now for pick number 4, that is none other than Size Token, which is a fun play on words in the crypto or investing world when people trade with Size. Size is a frog that is actually quite fat. As you can see here, the memes are pretty strong and solid. Here is their website, sizecoin.xyz. Now, they are verified on DexScreener, on CoinGecko, and even when you go to their X account, you can see that they are an official account, which, by the way, you do not see on Rug Coins. They don't want to go through the process of vetting themselves and being doxxed for an official account. So this account is verified because it's an official organization on X, which really gives me confidence, because then I also go look at the chart history or price action, and it's quite solid. As you can see here, here is the price action or the chart on Size, and it was recently listed back in December of 2023, making it over a year old. We are going to cover that shortly. But what I love about this token is not just the fact that it's sitting at a $2.5 million market cap, but the fact that I believe with the verification and with all of the work that I've seen the team put into this token, to me, this could easily 100x. Now, that is not a guarantee. Again, I'm not putting the hundreds of millions of dollars into something like this, but a 100x from the current market cap would take it up to $250 million, which is far smaller than a lot of the tokens that we've already discussed. And so if you were to go into their Telegram and look at some of their pinned posts, you would actually find a Google Drive doc where they actually share all of their memes and images where you can create your own memes. And a lot of these are fun plays on previous memes. Some of them are from, animes, or in this case, Dragon Ball Z. You have McDonald's. But generally speaking, this is a great list of memes and something that I can see the team has put a lot of work into. Again, if I was going to rug, I wouldn't spend all the time, money, and effort creating all of this stuff. So this gives me confidence. We're talking their logos, their AI images, their size friends, their art, and even their memes. And so this is a doc full of a bunch of things that you can go and share to actually pump your own bags if you invest in something like Size. Now, one of the coolest things that I actually found inside of their Telegram as I was going and scrolling through is this image of Size Coin sharing on their Instagram when you invest in Size. And this was a 12-second video of Manny Pacquiao, the famous boxer. And this is directly from his actual Instagram account. If you go double check and verify, Manny Pacquiao, which I went ahead and did, and he actually did repost and share Size Coin. Now, at $2.5 million, when you have a guy that literally has an 8.2 million person following and posts images with the likes of Conor McGregor, Mike Tyson, Cristiano Ronaldo, who is one of the most followed people in the world. This guy is quite famous. So if he posts another time, this thing could absolutely take off. And the fact that he already has speaks volumes to who might be behind it. Now, again, I'm not too sure what's going on here, but I like the price action on this chart. So let me go ahead and cover it. So this price action is quite nice considering I am on a daily time frame, and their previous all-time high back in December of 2023 was 0.0034 to 35. Okay, so that said, I'm going to take a box or a range and draw it right there. And as you can see, we currently pumped above it. Actually, I just lost it. So let's go ahead and drag that yet again. Back then, this was the previous all-time high. Not only did we break above that recent all-time high back in November of this year, but now we are seeing a long, strong range of support being built here. So if I take a trend line tool, this happens quite often in crypto, and drop from the recent all-time high to the current previous range high, which is really just lower than this previous all-time high, I actually have quite a strong support right now. So my support would be somewhere between this range right here at 0.0034 down to 0.0018. And anything in this range I think looks like an accumulation zone, considering we are already for quite some time since November holding a strong range and support right up here, basically just at or above the previous range all-time high. Again, when you have this much chart history, when you have those types of memes, when you have shared from Manny Pacquiao, when you have a $2.3 to $2.5 million market cap, I think this is a no-brainer considering you only have 13,000 holders, and right now the market cap is quite low. And on the breakouts, you've seen some insane volume. So that said, a break above this range right here at 0.003 and above this descending wedge or triangle looks really good. I think this thing is an accumulation zone, and I think is going to make some insane all-time highs this year. So if you want to check it out, go to something like CoinGecko, and then what you got to do is grab the contract info, go to jup.ag. So you go to jup.ag, jup.ag. You connect a DeFi wallet, and if you don't know how to do that, go look up how to create a Phantom wallet on Solana, or just how to create a DeFi Solana wallet on YouTube. Then you grab this contract address right here, okay, directly from, make sure it's either coingecko.com or directly from their sizecoin.xyz website. From there, you just copy the contract address. Notice how it ends in ZZUQ. Right over here, it would say ZZUQ. So it is double verified. You go to something like this, you click and copy and paste, and there is size. Again, it's actually confirmed and verified. So make sure it's got that little green check mark on jupe.ag. And guess what? Now you can buy the size coin directly on Jupiter or any other market that supports it, currently Radium and Meteora. But you know what? If you don't know how to do that, just make sure you go to how to create a Solana DeFi wallet. And from there, it should be pretty straightforward and simple. Now for pick number 5, I am running with Prado. You can find it at prado.fun. And this is a really interesting project in my opinion, because it does take advantage of that AI factor. If you come over to CoinMarketCap or even CoinGecko, it is actually quite young. So yes, it could be slightly more risky. However, I believe this has the potential to at least 50x any amount of money. I think this thing could hit a $500 million market cap. It's currently sitting at about $7.21 million, and the price action has looked quite good. However, if I come over to CoinMarketCap, the reason I like this is because yes, it's young. However, AI and AI memes are doing really well, as you even can click on this category. And when you click on the category and you look through the AI memes in the range of $5 million up to $10 million of market cap, it doesn't even show up yet. And I believe when it is verified, it will catch a lot of traction, as it is considered an AI meme. If you come over to its Telegram or its X, for example, you can see that they actually entered a Solana AI hackathon and created a product out of this token called Prado, which turns your group chat banter into friendly wagers. So imagine if you're able to sit on Telegram and then you start to talk to friends, and you can create an actual wager similar to Polymarket. And when you look at Polymarket, it is one of the largest prediction or betting markets in all of crypto, and they're consistently running billions of dollars of predictions when it comes to the Fed, when it comes to Yoon being arrested, when it comes to SpaceX, when it comes to Elon Musk, when it comes to elections and election cycles. Imagine if you could create friendly wagers or bets all through your smartphone using crypto and bet against your friends. That's exactly what Prado does. And I believe this thing has a lot of legs, and even if they didn't fully deliver, which I believe they currently do if you go and check it out, at the end of the day, I think this narrative is really strong. Let's go ahead and watch this short video directly from their Twitter or X account, which they are quite active on. As you can see, the last post was 5 hours ago, 14 hours ago, 16 hours ago, and they're consistently posting and gaining traction. But let's just watch this short video real quick. And so yes, they've already entered a hackathon from Solana, which is huge. They already have a working product, which is awesome. The price action is quite great, and it's still young. And even when you look at their Telegram, they currently only have 772 subscribers. In other words, they don't even have 1,000 yet. So yes, this thing is early, but I think if it does start to pick up, it's going to do extremely well. Now let's look at the price action. Now, it's important to note this might be slightly riskier than the rest. However, I believe it has quite a bit more opportunity than the rest as well, because it is so young and it's such a small market cap. That said, this thing launched as late as January 3rd of this year. So this thing is almost a week old, yet at the same time, it's done really well in terms of price action. And as you can see, our previous all-time high was sitting here at 0.007. I'll go ahead and take a box or a trend line and drag it all the way across, which just disappeared for whatever reason. This has been happening on this tool. That said, you can see that not only did we break above this range right here, but now we are being supported here. So even a break just below that 0.005 territory would be my buy zone and support before I believe it makes a move for a new all-time high. Now that said, I think this thing could easily $250 million to $500 million in terms of market cap. So that said, currently sitting at $7 million, I think this is the opportunity of a lifetime. And at the end of the day, don't toss so much money into this that you can't afford to lose, because it could also go to zero. But I really like the narrative. I really like what they're trying to do. I really like the fact that it's taking advantage of the AI deal. I really like the fact that it's taking advantage of this poly market type scenario, the fact that it was in a Solana hackathon, the fact that I've seen quite a few of my really strong group chats talk about it, and the fact that we're still super, super early inside of this really hot AI meme group and narrative. The fact that it's not even listed on something like CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap yet also gives me a lot of room for hope. So one last time, it is Prado. You can find it at prado.fun, or if you want the actual token, just make sure that you can actually go to Prado, which is on Solana, by the way. Type in Prado. It should look something like this at the very top. Yes, it will have this little indicator because it's so young. However, it's not that big of a deal. Here would be the actual contract address on the left hand side. It should end in HAPP. You can copy that, go to something like jupe.ag with your Solana DeFi wallet. I use Phantom. Click right here, make sure that you go and type in or copy paste that and make sure it's the right address. And right here you'll see it is Prado. And yes, it won't show up as verified. However, I believe here in the very near future it will be. Now, all of these tokens I own a small portion of. This is something that I believe is going to do well into the bull run. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't, I will get out like anything else. But so far it is performing. And even if it dumps a little, I'll add to my bag. Long term, I expect this thing to do well through 2025. So that's it, folks. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. And also click on the very first link below, which should be bullrunners.com/altcoin pro. If you decide to join Altcoin Pro, then you'll get access to attend our event that is live in January 26th through the 28th. You can watch this short video directly from our very own Nick Anderson that explains everything that's going on. But yes, we'll be in Vegas at a mansion. And yes, you'll be able to meet all of us in the team live there. So this is going to be a really cool event. We're going to have a lot of cool things that you're going to get access to on the other side. Go to bullrunners.com/altcoin pro or click on that link in the description below if you'd like to meet us. And time is running out to buy those tickets. We only have 50 tickets and I believe they're mostly sold out. So by the time you watch this video, they may be sold out, but go ahead and click that link to find out, and I will see you on the other side, my friend. Thanks so much for watching the video. Goodbye.